Hey YouTube, Vader Saber 1984, also known as the Man Without a Fan, coming to you on the way home, and just to let you know that there's some disturbing news, unsettling, to which I want to touch base upon. YouTube is now stopping, blocking anything they consider disinformation when it comes to COVID vaccinations in regards to infidelity, chipping, or the fact that you can still transmit, get the virus, etc. Why would they do this? Big question. Why would YouTube, a platform, censor free speech, whether it be false or true? Why is it that if you have somebody that is a flat earther and they give their opinions, ideals on flat earth, is not censored as false narrative or false truth, etc.? Why? Why is it that only when it comes down to a vaccination that is being given for free, pushed on the American people, forced on the American worker, or anywhere else, it is being pushed at a rate that is so scary it could almost be considered and compared to Nazi Germany? If you are not of this status, you must go here. If you are of this status, you can eat, drink, commemorate, tongue-tied. You can be around other people. However, my question is this. Said supposed president is fed up, and he quoted, and I am quoting his quote, fed up that non-vaccinated are fed up with creating more problem than they are helping. Sounds a little familiar if you go to Nazi Germany. I thought we were in the land of free, the United States, to where if you come from another country and make a better life, that's your freedom to do it. As long as you're a legal immigrant, you go through the right process, that's your freedom. It is your freedom to practice whatever religion you may have, whether it be the minority or anything else. You are free to practice that. However, we are now in a time that there's no such thing as freedom of speech on any platform without getting a tag of fact checker or vaccine, CDC, so on, so forth, or even the fact that if it does not go with said media or their agreeance, it is not shared. It is not allowed to be seen, except for by people who really dig and search to find you. I don't call that freedom. I call that socialism. The fact that we have a dictator in the office who is saying that you must comply really upsets me. Now, your choice is your choice. You want to take the stick, you want to take the shot, go ahead. If you feel that's better for you and your family, that's on you. If you want to wear your mask, wear the diaper, the face diaper, hey, go ahead. If that's what it takes for you to get groceries or go to the doctor, etc., so what? All right. If you're able to bend the knee to the conformity that this government and world is now becoming an entire new world order of socialism and dictatorship, it's, quite frankly, it's scary. Now, whether YouTube allows me to post this or puts me out there for dangerous posting, as they have several times, until I threaten to sue them for the fact of going against my freedom of speech, they finally stopped. Magically, not that anybody watches my stuff anyway. But doesn't it make you think that with all of this going on, and you can go back all the way till January and think anytime something really big has happened, it's almost become a magician show. Sleight of hand, look here while I show you this, while behind the scenes, behind the screen, this is what's really happening. A lot of people ask me about the mandates. A lot of people ask me about I'd like to call them buyouts, honestly. But everybody else has called them stimuluses. Because while everybody's sitting at home last year getting paid, ruining our economy, you had nothing going on in the halls of Congress except for covering up for what was happening in January. Anytime that was going on, oh, no, you need to stay away, you need to stay at home, you can't go this, you cannot get around anybody else and speak freely. That's just my take on it. So it seems to me that anytime something big goes on, even now, you have, let's say, the Americans in Afghanistan, the people left behind. Out of nowhere, you have this unsolved mystery from a Instagram couple that comes out of nowhere. Just, hey, this is it. It's right there, right in front of you. And the news is nothing but about that. They don't talk about how good the economy's getting. They don't talk about how bad the spread of COVID is, other than the negative. They don't talk about the positive. They don't talk about other things that are going in Congress, about how people are getting caught for lying. They don't talk about counts, things like that. No, they just want to focus on this one thing because it's a pretty girl and one man, and their whole livelihood that was on social media, and she's now missing and dead, presumed, body found, maybe, mourn about her, and this guy is now missing, MIA, subject of matter. I feel sorry for the loss of this young lady. I don't know anything about it, but quite frankly, I think it's the magician's sleight of hand. Look over here while this goes on. Isn't it right about time to go ahead and elect governors? Vote for what's right and wrong, what's going on? maybe. I mean, it is the fall season coming up. I may be wrong, but this is going on here, even though you can't see me, and this is what's being shown to you. As I have said in many of my videos, do not listen and believe everything that you are shown. The media is the same thing as pornography. It is fake. It is void. It is bad for you. Not hardly ever will you get the truth, 100% fact, out of what is given to you over the radio, over social media, over the news. Doesn't matter what you listen to, what your politics are, doesn't matter. You are getting basically the gossip that makes you watch. Not what really matters. You can date it all the way back to the OJ case. You can go all the way even further back to the Rodney King beatings. You can go even further than that. You can go all the way to, say for instance, the Manson issue, or even prior to that. You can go to the JFK assassination. Were they ever talking about the facts that were really going on that mattered and politically diverse to your freedoms and what mattered for you? No, this is a big selling story. We want to show them this to take their mindset off of this. I could break it down in several different groups and contexts and talk points. Kennedy, his assassination, what was going on, why after the Bay of Pigs, they didn't want him in, yada, yada, yada. We got to do this, what happens, go on and on and on and on, okay? But in my mind, this is a terrible time for people just to roll over, belly up, and not ask for the truth. People need to look for answers, demand the truth, and share it. Not only rely upon what is shown on Fox, CNN, ABC, NBC, whatever. Even Alex Jones. You know, I may be a listener of Alex Jones, but there are some times that I have to turn that off because it's just his opinion of what is hot news. Not always something that I need to bury my life in and let it change my mind. Let me worry about what's going on. I live a very simple life. I have no internet. I have one cell phone. I don't have cable, satellite, NFL package, anything like that. I have bunny ears, one TV in my bedroom that I watch, and that's it. I have 1,000 DVDs because it reminds me of a better time of control. It's not being pushed down my throat. If I ever flip over to actual TV, the things I see disgust me. The Masked Singer, the Avatar singer, the next best thing, the chef, whatever. Go on and on and on and on. This false pretense of how good life could be to take your mind off of what is really happening. Why can't you get 24-hour actual news? You can't. And it's disgusting. Actual proof and real 100% news. You cannot get it. So to follow up with what I began with is you have another thing going on. I think it's Massachusetts, and I think there's some in Virginia and a couple other places that there are some governors trying to say that when it comes to schooling, parents are not allowed to have a say-so. And this is my main topic. Parents should not be able to dictate what their children see, what their children learn. They should just sit back on the sidelines and let their kids learn what the teachers and the government want to give them. Their ideals, their morals, their truths, their past, their history. That's all they want you to see. That's all they want your kids to see. Why? Because they're trying to program this new generation of what their society should be. Your society is now not allowed to be transphobic, homophobic, racist, blah, 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 blah. They don't want any of that. They want everybody to be happy and free and all get along. They're trying to take away freedom of speech, thought, and religion and press. They're trying to take away your freedom of thought. To me, that doesn't work. If I had children as a tax-paying society member, if I'm paying my taxes in my community for my child, then I want my child to get the best education, and I want to make sure that it is factual and real. I remember when I was younger, they tried to push Darwinism, and I myself spoke out because of my religious views. And even though my teacher was a very good woman, that was just what she was given. She had to give that course to the students. And after my outbursts and my defying and my opinionated and all my remarks and comments, she finally took me outside and she said, "Travis, I understand this doesn't go with your beliefs. Travis, I know this is wrong in your eyes, and believe me, if it was my choice, I would not teach it because I don't believe it any more than you do. I agree with you, but please let me do my job. Stop making a problem because I'm just trying to get it over with." How sad is that? This is my teacher telling me this 20 years ago, talking about Darwinism. And you know what? I didn't have to do the course because she understood that it was not my belief and that it was not an actual part of that course. It was just given. And I respect her for that. But nobody should sit down and allow their child to be in mind boggled and their little hard drives changed with the opinions of other people because of what is going on social media and what is socially acceptable and what is not. It is a frustrating subject, and I don't think I really should go too far into it until I have some notes written out and a little bit more time and patience to put down with that kind of post. But basically, this whole thing is about stop believing what they're giving you, what they're feeding you. Look at Area 51. For years and years and years and decades, they told us it did not exist. Until recently. Yeah, it's an Air Force base where we conduct secret, top secret experiments, and we have experimental aircraft. Okay, But what about the other 50 years prior to that when you said there's no such thing? What about all the redacted information that came from JFK in his assassination? President Trump finally released it. Oh well, they said was it was a magic bullet and there was only one shooter that made those shots, and then after that it was all released. And think about it, folks. They will only give you right here and now what they think you should know. It's scary. Wake the mother. You know what I'm going to say. Wake up. Don't believe the shit. And fuck YouTube for censoring me. Censor this. I guarantee you, I'm going to threaten you again for the third, fourth, maybe fifth time. If you try and censor me here, I'm going to go right back with the lawyer and get you for freedom of speech. Because I have said nothing that goes against your standards and nothing against your laws. Because freedom of speech is all that it is. Take that to the bank. All right. Vader Saber 1984. The man without a fan, and this is why. Because I've been blocked, banned, and redacted. So, have a good night. Love each other. Take care of each other. Prepare for the worst, because it is about to get freaking scary. Buy a gun. Train with it. Do not take anything. Do not take anything that the government forces upon you, because it is your God-given right to say no. Mark it up for freedom of civil liberties, your free body, or religion. If you don't want it, if you're skeptical, don't take it. I was born this way. I'm going to die this way. I don't need that. You cannot tell me I need that. If I'm sick, I'll go get help. Other than that, I don't need anything. Have a good night. Be safe. God bless.